We're making étouffée, a Creole dish built on gentle smothering, where ingredients cook slowly in a covered, humid environment. Traditionally made with crayfish, today we adapt it for the supermarket using prawns and build our method around them. The biggest difference is the simmering time allowed. Older recipes cook crayfish for 20, even 30 minutes for integrated flavour and a braised texture. Prawns are always seconds away from turning into rubber, so we decouple the flavour from texture. First, we make prawn butter. Generous amount of unsalted butter, prawn shells in. If you have heads, even better. Through heat, we want to capture the aroma, sweetness and colour, all of which are fat soluble, and bring them to our dish. Very gentle heat to avoid bitterness from oxidation. The moment you hear a sizzle, take it off the heat briefly. 10 minutes, stirring occasionally and pressing gently. We strain while it's warm. Now, to the pot, we add some boiling water, almost like making a tea, to capture the water-soluble umami and minerality. Now, let's do some smothering. Low heat, we add our prawn butter, holy trinity in, onion to form our savory base and provide some subtle sweetness, green bell pepper for some earthy sweetness, celery for that herbal lift, and some minerality that works particularly well with seafood. Through heat, we gently evaporate the water content, concentrating the flavors we just mentioned, cooking off the raw edge of the green bell pepper. Very finely chopped trinity today, and I recommend using a grater or a processor to release the pectin, the sticky texture you feel, particularly from the onion, to give us some thickness. Unlike gumbo, roux is optional, and given the elegant flavors, I personally prefer relying on the butter and the trinity for body. After about 10 minutes of gentle sweating, you can see there's not much steam coming out, and the last line of defense, the celery, has started to collapse. Now we're ready. We season with salt, thyme for some earthy depth, oregano for that subtle green edge, just a bit to not overpower the dish. Earlier than usual, bay leaf goes into bloom in our fat, imparting its eucalyptus mint-like note and some woody backbone. Optional cayenne for some sharp heat. Of course, the recipe is just a guideline. Use whatever seasoning you like. Now, we gradually introduce our prawn tea. Even though we didn't make a roux, we treat this like a roux to not split the butter too much. Now we bring this back to bare simmer, and bare simmer today means zero tolerance towards bubbling. Lid on, lowest possible heat, we smother the flavor without affecting the texture. 20 minutes. Ooh. Now, with kindness, we smother our prawns. Fold everything to coat. One even layer, lid on, stove off, 2 to 3 minutes, depending on size. Look at that. Give it a good shake. Now we can plate. I personally prefer this without garnish, but if you want to use scallion, I highly recommend that you soak it in ice water just to take away a bit of that harsh edge. And use parsley really sparingly, as it can easily take over. Now we smother the rice with our sauce to the point that it's almost drowning. And that's supermarket prawn étouffée for the home kitchen.